I'm checking, not on my phone right now. Okay, Gamu, please come and touch up. Okay.
What are you starting with, Acie?
I'm starting with, yeah, I'm starting with the Commotion of Inquiry. Settings, I just did. So I'm starting Commotion of Inquiry. I don't know what happened to it. Shucks. And then we're going to the bad budget. Bad budget, and then we're going to ED, thank you, Rally. Not yet. Thank you, Rally. Yeah, thank you. I'm doing that right now. Thank you, Rally. Okay, title change done. Okay, Okay. All right. I'm good. If you guys are good to go, let me just do sound. Should I do sound check?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, can you let me know if you can hear the sound of my voice? If you can hear the sound of my voice, please press the like button. Sorry for the technical hitch we had earlier. If you can hear the sound of my voice, please press the like button. Like button if you can hear the sound of my voice. Do I have? Let me see if we got the likes coming up here. Okay, good. I got the likes coming up. Heart button if you can see the visuals fine. If you can see my face and the blue set behind me, please press the heart button. That's how we know if you can see us just fine. Heart button if you can see us just fine. Or maybe just type in the comment section that you can see us so you can hear me. Okay, and also let us know where you're watching from so we can say hi before we get started. Let me know where you're watching from so I can say hi to you quickly. Where are you watching from? I got Vongai, Jenna, I got Wimbai, I got Teach, I've got Nyarai. Okay, Harold said loud and clear, so I think they can hear us. They definitely got our audio. I think they've got our visuals. I see a lot of hearts. Paul Machaya is watching. Okay, from Abuja. Fran is in Abuja. Okay, BK, I think you should shout out for ads so we get started. Are we able to? Okay, let's get started. All right, guys, it's another Sunday, another day in the jungle, another Lumumba Files. I promise you learned something that you didn't know.
For just 30
I think everybody can see us, everybody can hear us. Let's get started, team. I'm ready, the script is in my head, let's go.
Charging a lot, so buy all your fresh veg for fresh in a box.
Hey, if you're in the diaspora, you can now send your family a fresh box, 2 big chickens, and 10 kgs of potatoes for just $30 US. Go to diaspora.freshinabox.co.zw.
Supermarkets charging a lot, so buy all your fresh veg for fresh in a box.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of the Lumumba Files. Couple of things I want to talk about tonight, because if anybody participated in being alive in Zimbabwe over the last week, you will know there were 4 key things that occupied the mind and souls of social media. In fact, there were 5, but the other one, I'm going to talk about it in a closer look. We had the Commotion of Inquiry that was taking place. We had the budget, which I think is a bad budget. I will explain tonight. That took place. We had the fires, which I'm not going to talk about tonight. That will be a closer look episode. The president is holding thank you rallies. I still don't understand what that's all about, but we'll talk about that tonight. And finally, Genius Kadungure is free. Free Jinimbi. Jinimbi is free. He's free at last. I mean, he's a free man. So, here's what, you know, when you watch the Commission of Inquiry, I keep trying to think to myself that, first of all, I think the whole idea was a bad idea. You know, I think and now it's turned from a commission of inquiry to a commotion of inquiry. Everybody knows, any normal sane-minded thinking person knows kuti chi chakaitika musi wa 1 August, right? Everybody knows. I want to tell you what my perspective is. I have no problem, okay? I have no problem with the fact that the military went on the road. I have no problem at all. In fact, I wanted to show you how there is nothing special about the military going on the road. In 2015, in Baltimore, the United States of America, Obama was still president then. There were serious riots taking place, and the streets were filled with protesters, and the president deployed the National Guard. Okay? The National Guard went into the streets. 1992, I think it is, in Los Angeles. There were the Black Wall Street riots, I think they were called. And again, the National Guard was deployed. The National Guard went into the street. You can go back all the way to, I think, 1862 in New York when there was the New York riots. And again, the National Guard was deployed onto the streets. If you go to Ethiopia just this year, Ethiopia too, when the president suffered an assassination attempt, they deployed the military into the Ethiopian streets. If you go to Ukraine a few years back, I think 2009, in Ukraine, the military was deployed into the streets. In Brazil, the military has been deployed into the streets to deal with riots. It's not my worry is not the fact that the military was deployed into the street. If you deployed preachers onto the street, what would the preachers have done? Okay, like they were mafundisi and road. The tool that mafundisi use is they would have preached or they would have prayed, right? If you sent what can I think of? If you send protest, MDC Vanguard, and they na sheki MDC Vanguard. Remember, remember skiri ravo. If you send the police, you all know what the police do and their instrument of choice. So, when you send the military, and the military get onto the street and they start interfacing with the existence of the problem, remember, the only tool the military has, shamuyega yakabatwa nana gunmen, ishamuyechi yengitaz. Saka na gunmen wangakabata ngitaz. Saka problem eputika ayiwala kuroveka nayo shamuka kuti iyo nokurovana shamiyo nokukia ayibude. Saka nokatobata putika. You never point a weapon unless you're expected to use it. The moment the weapon is pointed at anybody, you have an intention to use it should the need arise. Okay? So, did the military fire their weapons? They did. Okay? They did. Simple as that. The real issue, like I said, is not the fact that the military was deployed. The real issue is that people ended up shot or harmed. So all that's happening with the inquiry is trying to figure out who do you blame. But Zimbabwean, nyaya is simple as who is there to blame for the shooting of the military? Of course it's the military. Now, it is possible, it is very possible, that when the command came, the command was not in the Rodi, the command was in Rodi, say one kumba. But because yangerikia batayo bataka abana utoro fona ndakumba sei saka npoka bena mrodi zonzo ndoenda kumrodi yangeri munhu wese mrodi munhu mputi abadiji rekandibatsire ndito something ngita sebakia vanhu. So who is to blame? I'll tell you who is to blame, okay? I'll tell you. Number one, you must blame the godfather who must stupid. And did it? Stupid angari buroda. I am stupid. And it's not stupid and did it. So I don't think stupid. But the president of MDC thinks stupid. So stupid ese againda murodi. You must take responsibility for your actions. Now stupid angatu mwanani. Everybody's trying to pin down Nelson Chamisa to say Nelson Chamisa and Diagatuma stupid. I don't believe stupid Agatuma Nelson Chamisa. No. I believe stupid Agatuma Tendai Biti. Tendai Biti, Diangane Shungu, Yaguda with a man of the match. Because game Rangara no peraga, Tashikapa my last dying seconds. Chamisa ngapo opportunity. Unzo Chamisa win through the ballot. Chamisa Bataza Unazo Kia Vele. Ataza Ukia tendai biti abati kosara ma dying seconds regan rove yangu and rove ya tendai biti has always been an architect of violence. Tendai biti likes violence because anona ungeva na vanzwisise ndosaka even gona kana achitaura tendai biti. Compare the way Nelson Chamisa speaks and the way Tendai Biti speaks. Nelson Chamisa speaks like adakuku convincer. Tendai Biti speaks like adakukuroa andijere. Do mataurua Tendai Biti. So Tendai Biti must take responsibility for the protesters, for the stupids. Now, the head of the security apparatus on that day was Commissioner General Matanga, who's now, I believe, has been relieved of his duties by the president, but he was the head of the operational command. He then was, I guess, in liaison with the Minister of Defense. So the Commissioner of Police needs to take responsibility. That's person number 3. The Minister of Defense at the time was General Chiwenga. General Chiwenga was the Minister of Defense. Changa chiri chinu chawe ichi. Saka General vakarwa restore gesi. Operation vanwendai kumba. I don't believe the general told the military to go and shoot people. But it was his command. And he must take responsibility for his men. The trouble with no one taking responsibility is then, Saka, what's the point of the Commission of Inquiry if nobody wants to take responsibility? Now, there are 3 types of witnesses that are going to testify at this commotion of inquiry. Number 1, you have the guys who are going there and they're telling the absolute truth, okay? Number 2, you have people who are going there and they're telling absolute lies. And number 3, you have the sensationalists. You also, Mr. Jim Kunaka, right? You also Jim Kunaka. Jim Kunaka, akaeda vanhu vakanakirwa na Jim Kunaka. But there is a fundamental point we're missing here. When I joined ZANU-PF, my youth leader was Jim Kunaka, okay? I know Jim Kunaka. I know him well. He, in fact, lobbied for me when I wanted to run for my MP seat in 2013. Jim, igorora. Mzarunzi gringo. No Jim. Jim anokunorova kana mai vake. Jim akumana haite Jim Kunaka. Haisiriyo type yekuti unoita waka na Jim. So Jim comes to the inquiry and he gives this narrative of how ZANU-PF essentially used him. First of all, there is a real issue there. ZANU-PF does use its youth. So does MDC. The political parties we have existing in this country, vanoshandisa ma youthi, period. So Jim's case is not special. Kutaka shandiswa. Those noita my political party. Then Jim decides to direct his attack at Commissioner Professor Manyeruke. And he says, Professor Manyeruke is ZANU-PF. Hold on a minute. Hold on, Jim. Hold on. First of all of those commissioners are allowed to belong to a political party. In fact, they were chosen on the basis of balancing out the political parties. Now, Love Moma Duku is one of the founding members of MDC, one of the most respected constitutional lawyers in this country. The notion that when you belong to a political party, you belong to a homogeneous entity is false, okay? Just because mese murima member AMDC has already mese munoda kudona kana mchifamba kuba ku parliament sana muhomu zvakaro street theater musuno bye. As road mese makadaro, just because you're all in MDC doesn't mean mese munoba mari sa anonzanu yangari youth leader akazobuda ndakangano andini ndakangano, if you know you know. Just because you're ZANU-PF doesn't mean mese munoroa vanhu sa Jim Kunaka or mese munoroa begi sa ndiyani kuma youth ZANU-PF anoroa begi rakaipa and Ziang, but as well based on big say and did it. So it's not a homogeneous entity. You can be a professor in political science in ZANU-PF and not necessarily think like me. We don't all think the same. We think very differently. Just like you don't all think the same in MDC. So you can't attack her on the basis that she is a member of a political party. Jim, get it together. I know the Jim chikoro chinonetsa. Ndot ambudziko rakagara na Jim. Kuti atozorohwa election Jim. The reason why Jim Kunaka is no longer chairman of Harare province is because chikoro chainetsa saka akatadza kana kuverenga kuti madistrict acho adoda wine mangani avazotsvairwa nagomwe ane matambudziko ake but Jim uzabva waita kuti ndiwanga wakapenga stereki. So I don't disregard his testament. I just want to put it into perspective. Ultimately, I think we are wasting time. This whole commission is gotten to a point now where it's really wasting time because the political mood of the country has already concluded the commission. Ajnapasa, what result you're going to come up with. The political mind of the country has already determined that the military's only tool is a hammer. They came and they used the hammer to shut people down, and the truth is the other political mind says Tendai Biti is the one who had caused all of this. Now let's move past that. Why don't we create a commission that looks at how we're going to make our young boys and our young girls millionaires? Can we do that? Mr. President Dambudzo Idi Mnangagwa. Can we do that? Can we create a commission that looks at Vanavedu Vachaita Begi say? Because everything government is currently doing is designed to make us poorer, not richer. And I will explain when I talk about the budget. But why don't we set up a commission of inquiry on how we make more millionaires in mining? I know Henrietta Rushwaya is doing amazing things with the small-scale miners. Amazing what Henrietta is doing. Why don't we make millionaires in sport? Look at what Kirsty did. Millionaires in agriculture, millionaires in tourism, millionaires in ICT. That's the commission of inquiry we really need. We need that commission of inquiry. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on what's happening with the commotion of inquiry. Next, the budget. I said the moment the budget came out, I don't believe that Mutuli Ngube wrote that budget. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe that Mutuli Ngube wrote that budget. And I'll explain why. When Mutuli Ngube came into office, I met the guy, I know the guy, I've even worked for the guy. For kind of ish. I worked for him, like, I kind of worked for him. He had three solutions to the economic crisis. Solution number one Mutuli Ngube had was we were going to go into a full-out dollar economy. Number two is we're going to join the Rand Monetary Union. Number three is we're going to simply create our own currency, which is an exchange rate with other currencies, and we'll be able to operate with our own currency. Those were his three solutions. Now, every single one of those solutions is absolutely a solution. However, Mutuli Ngube then comes out with this budget. And I say there is 5 big problems with this budget. 5 seriously big problems with this budget. And I went through them, look for the video which explains the problems with the budget. But let me tell you this. When you say austerity for prosperity, there is nothing like that. Andidi, there is nothing like that. There is nothing like I am going to make you poor so that I can make you rich. The idea or meaning of prosperity means you're now cutting costs or you're tightening the belt of government. Watch what I am about to demonstrate to you. Watch this. I am about to demonstrate something to you. I want you to watch this. I took time to read the 2018 budget. And then I read the 2019 budget. You have them both. Are they both on the screen? You have them both on your screen. Look at the 2018 budget. Look at the 2019 budget. If you're saying you have cut costs, it means the cost of your expenditure has gone down. Please look at the cost of education from 2018. This is budget. Cost of education 2018 was 316 million. Okay? Sorry, that's not the cost of education. It was cost of education was 905 million. 905 million, that's 2018. 2019, you've gone to 1.1 billion. How is this cutting the cost? Help me understand. From 900 million to 1.1 billion. Let's go to the next item, defense. Defense in 2018. defense budget was at 420,364,000. Okay? 420 million. In 2019, defense has gone up to 547 million. How is that austerity? I'm sorry, help me understand. How the something is it austerity? Let's go to the next item. If you look at the Office of the President and Cabinet, 231 million is what we spent in 2018. 231 million is the money that it took Robert Mugabe and his cabinet to survive. 231 million. Let's come to 2019. 2019, the same Office of the President and Cabinet is 295 million. From 231 to 295, essentially, Minister Mthuli Ncube, the cost of looking after President Emerson Mnangagwa is 70 million. Is it 70 million? From 31 and 90? What's the difference between 90? What's the difference between 3 and 9? 6. So, President Emerson Mnangagwa consumes 60 million more than President Robert Mugabe. And then you tell us that you've cut the budget. Maybe I'm crazy, okay? Maybe I'm the one who's crazy, but that doesn't look like a cut to me. 231 million is the money that went to the office of Robert Mugabe. 294 is the money that went to the office of President Emerson Mnangagwa. Where are you cutting the budget? Let's go to something else. Home Affairs. 2018, the Home Affairs budget was 435 million. Home Affairs budget, 435 million. 2019, the Home Affairs budget is 518 million. I'm sorry. Help me understand. What are you saying? What are you saying, Mutuli? What are you saying? Tell me I am lying. Home Affairs, 2019, your budget is 518 million. In fact, 517.8 to be exact. 518. Now, last year, under Chinamasa, it was 435. Are you okay? Does austerity mean the same thing to a professor that it does to a me? Because I would think that austerity meant murugudzikisa budget mdara, but makwidza. So I don't know if you're taking Zimbabweans as stupids also. I can understand when opposition people behave the way they behave, their leader thinks they're stupid. So what do you think of the people you are leading when you do this? I don't believe Mthuli Ncube wrote this budget because he's a professor in economics. Why would a professor in economics how do you say austerity is cutting down when you're spending more on things that I guess only you can best justify? I just want to tell you a few more figures that don't make sense. You can proof check this yourself afterwards. Health and childcare, last year 408 million. This year health 694. Again, the budget has gone up. Women and youth. So last year women and youth got 435. Sorry, that's not right. They got 39 million. 39 million went to women and youth. This year they got where are we? This year, youth got, what did you get? 53 million. From 39 million to 53 million. Mr. Professor, kana mukadzi wepamsika anoziva kuti mari yamuri kutora kuti madzikisa mawedzera kana mwana anoba change anoziva kuti ava abirwa. So I don't really understand, Minister. I don't understand. I like Professor Mthuli Ncube. I will say it again. I think he's a brilliant mind. Like I gave you his first initial indication when he came into office versus his implementation, Jagasiana, day and night, 1:1. Buddha. So I think there is a real problem with your budget there. But the biggest problem I have with the budget, there's already 5 things wrong with the budget, and you see, if you haven't watched it, check out the closer look tomorrow. You see my 5 big, the 5 big warning signs about the budget. But the biggest problem I have with the budget is When you ask every business, okay, take any business, whether you're looking at Makeup by Gamu, who does the makeup for this show, or you're looking at Tinashe, who does the recording, or BK, who does the editing, take any business. They're having a hard time surviving under the current setup. You don't raise taxes when businesses are shutting down. I'm not an economist, but it's simple logic. You do not raise taxes, which means I have to give the government more money when I am actually in the process of shutting down. You guys remember 2008, the United States, when they were going through their bailouts, they actually brought some of their bank loaning rates to 0%. Europe did the same thing. You are supposed to make it easier for businesses to survive, not make it harder. So you've raised taxes when businesses are shutting down. I have no idea what monkey economics or Kululu economics this is. You're going to have to educate me. Because even my business is struggling and I don't see how you are helping, Minister. Then you say you're going to give the farmers back their money and compensation. How dare you compensate the farmers before you compensate the local businesses that government owes money? Doesn't make sense to me. And besides, compensator in which currency? So when you gave that budget, is that budget in bond note? Is it in US dollar? Is it in rand? What currency is that budget? When you say 6.4 billion, it's 6.4 billion what? Dondi. Dollar and bond. Makandiwa ask Jesu. Manzwa, Professor, makandiwa ask Jesu. Tisai pungwa za mapekezi wa msangano wangu zezeka. Sanope vine sisi meupekeza wa rupungwa. Tisai pungwa za mapekezi wa zaropi muzo gere kupungwa. Sakakuana, please. Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break because I'm sweating. Can we?
Hey, if you're in the diaspora, you can now send your family a fresh box, 2 big chickens, and 10 kgs of potatoes for just $30 US. Go to diaspora.freshinnerbox.co.zw.
Supermarkets are charging a lot, so buy all your fresh veg for Freshener Box.
Hey, if you're in the diaspora, you can now send your family a fresh box, 2 big chickens, and 10 kgs of potatoes for just $30 US. Go to diaspora.freshenerbox.co.zw.
Right.
Supermarkets are charging a lot, so buy all your fresh veg for Freshener Box.
Hey, if you're in the diaspora, you can now send your family a fresh box, 2 big chickens, and 10 kgs of potatoes for just $30.
Okay, so I want to thank our sponsors again. We're unable to run some of their adverts today, but we are officially the highest grossing video blog in Zimbabwe. So I want to thank our sponsors, FastJet, thank you for advertising with us. Nyaradzo, thank you for advertising with us. Chicken Inn, Pizza Inn, Dial Delivery, Fresh in a Box. Thank you guys for believing in what we're doing. It means a lot, and we appreciate you spending your money on this show. Your money allows me to buy nice things, so thank you very much for advertising on the show. Come on, let's talk about the next thing. Genius Kadungure was arrested for $22 million of tax. Like, I've been arrested before, and when I went to jail, Genius Kadungure got arrested for $22 million tax evasion. Hold on, oh my God, how do you even allow a guy to get to $22 million? Imi, $22 million mkabata. Karabani iyo Jinimbi usarombo tete mwana mind one yonke wewe. Uneyese. Jinimbi, well done for getting arrested. Well done for getting away with $22 million. Usazorere. Jinimbi usazorere 22 meter mdara usazorere. Iwaru kubaya kawanda se usazorere. Anyway, the big problem is Mr. Attorney General, Prosecutor General, you're new to the job. There are people in Harare you must never arrest, okay? You can't arrest them because they provide a national service. You cannot arrest people who are providing national critical services. Critical expenditure. You can't arrest Genius. I was wondering, because I went to see Genius at remand prison. I went to see him when he got his bail hearing and when he got his bail judgment. I was there in court. And I didn't see any of the prostitutes that hang around with. Any of the slay queens that hang around him. You know, my words are which you were so fast. I bonds the process, you don't bonds the home, bonds the wooblan, bonds the Jappy says, I would the slay queen. Sorry, I didn't see the slay queens. And I wondered to myself, why are the slay queens not coming for Jilimbi? Then I'm like, of course, vano uya nei mabata ngija yavo. Ngija yakabatwa vano uya nei taxi inobadarwa nani. Kombi inobadarwa nani. Makeup vanozorwa nani. Boots vanenge vatengerwa nani. You know, problem here was slay queen. Mukana mchibakamba vaona. Slay queen hakuramba akadzokorodza hembe ka. Saka hembe dzacho asiri anotengerwa. Saka munhu wacho kana anotenga ari mujeri. Muno slay queen auya akapfeka hembe dzekujeri. Sei muchidaro, ma slay queen akatozosvika pakuwonda. Imi ndokunokudza ma slay queen akawonda marare papazuva apfuura vasisina mari nekuti mamabata Jilimbi. You don't arrest genius. Because ma slay queen anowonda, anoshiba. Kushiba yakuda, kushiba unge Lumumba, kushiba. Vatsuku vaya vanofamba vakaumbaridza Jilimbi kushiba marema mashibiwa mararo vanhu kushiba unge black. Saka, you don't arrest Jilimbi because of that. And then even wakomana, you know, Jilimbi anofamba na wakomana wakawanda anoshishinwa na wakomana unganoniwa ropa genius. Vakomana vese vanofamba vakamutenderedza vaya vese zvavo. Kundakakuona pana one blouse anorana business rake ku Botswana, ndikaona uyu mukomana uyu DJ Juice, ndikaona Sembaiwa na vamwe na Donimbi. Ndo vanhu vanga variko vamwese hakuna amuna wena because boys racho rinokwira mota dzegenius. Saka rinoya sei mota dzegenius munhu aenda makia mota dzedzorovhura nemanumber plate ameno nemafingerprint adzichabakidzika. So do not arrest genius. He's a national asset. People need him. You don't arrest Philip Chiangwa, for example. How do you arrest Philip Chiangwa? Ibi mahotera em Zimbabwe anotoda kuti Chiangwa arafari kudze because Chiangwa anobuka mahotera akovara for my meeting already. Anobuka hotel for my meeting. Ata my meeting akawanda ezifa my meeting chichi and saka you don't arrest Chiangwa. You don't arrest Uncle Roland. Like show mukasoka Uncle Roland. Uncle Roland you can't add no one vanopa nyika. These are fanga takunda Christmas so they are father Christmas vapi vanopa inokuwa kujikatara varume vemuharare ndo varume vanopa sanga tikatara vakadzi you know you don't arrest Amara Brown anopaka saka bugari zava vrone vanhu vapuherari anopa mukoko saka just jokes. Dukutamba, guys. Dukutamba engine yake ka. Ade engine inoshanda. Iri busy. Engine rocket. Saka, you can't arrest Amara Brown. How are men supposed to be entertained? And look at I'm not saying, you know, I realize what I've just said because I've stopped boita. Saka, I can disconnect. Dukutamba Amara Brown and did it. Antamba sumuza makumbo. And wana game Amara Brown. Akura dance ya Amara Brown. Isina kusumuza kumbo mdenga. Saka mnalo masumwa kumba sumuzwe na nani ndo ndikutaura. Plus industry yao kaenda, you know, ndio mother Christmas over right ku music. Saka you can't arrest these people. They are essential to the industry. Msaite utsinyo kadaro, but it's good to have genius out. Anyway, on a fun note, I want to wrap up by talking about the president has embarked on thank you rallies. President Emerson Mnangagwa muno mkuru indakawa campaignera President Emerson Mnangagwa ndakatoa futira ndakawa campaignera President Emerson Mnangagwa kucampaigna chaizo andichatara wangu ndakawa futira here because your vote is your vote, your vote is your secret, but ndakawa campaignera so muno mkuru. He's embarking on thank you rally. Someone said to me today, vari kutendei vakarowa elections. Asi vazimbabwe kuti munofarisa. Regai mugaba akurovei because mugaba yaoneka kuti kenyu akaregererwa munenge bedzi rasvika pamariro rokwira chituna. I mean rinomutsa chituna. So, thank you rallies. I don't understand the logic. Someone will have to explain to me. But, Mr. President, I'm not sure if we should be doing thank you rallies. Because my t-shirts atakapa vanhu aya pama election. Takapa my t-shirts anopura 3 million. Kana even 5 million. Vana vanoona kwadzurira ma-t-shirts edu vasina kutivhotera. Munhu wese asina kuvhota. Dai mati pamasvika kurally kayo chekutanga chamaita. Dai mati machairman ema-district ese. Munhu wese asina kuvhota kana asina kutivhotera. Dai tidzorera ma-t-shirts nemakepe edu. Because muri kuchenesa vanhu ka. Ene vanhu vacho handisi kunzwisisa. Muri kuchenesa vanhu vasiri kutivhotera zvemutsindo. Vamwe vacho vanofanira kutidzorera. Because it's obvious to me that people are coming to these rallies to get t-shirts and scarves. I mean, makaona kana Temba Muliswa anga ariko. Temba Muliswa akatouyawo kurally because Temba anoda kwese kunowanika something. Anywhere you can find something Temba ariko. And maona pa akatobva akabva necape, akabva nescarf, akabva ne-t-shirt. Temba akabva akachena. Kuchena kuti phe. Kuchena kuti phe. Temba achenezwa neZANU-PF. So vanhu vari kutishandisa kudai tidakadai akamira netiketi reZANU-PF. But at least makapo Temba hembe, thank you, because idzadza nyanya kuti hembe dzaTemba dzadza, because Temba anga toke Elton Mangoma famba kwapeka hembe dzakabvaruka makumbo ngeMstreet Kid. Because Temba anombokurirwa nepanyaya dzebhegi ka pashamwari dzake dzese ndege asina mari. Temba mari haana kana mari. Temba andriva formatic ka Benz, formatic so M class. Ndofunga yakati yekusirwa because ndeyakudhara. The ML andikatengera mukadzi wangu ini manje yakanaka kupfura yaTemba, asi Temba anozare mari kupfura ini, anozi akatengera tiketi rekundege amupengero. Anyway, the speeches is what I really want to focus on from the rally. Mr. President, during the election campaigns, you said absolutely nothing about Chamisa, okay? You kept the whole country focused on what ZANU-PF was going to do for the country when it got in. You spoke about Command Agriculture, you spoke about Vision 2030, you spoke about Command Housing, you spoke about creating jobs. So you spent the whole election campaign speaking about what you were going to do. And then we come to post-election, you have a rally, and you said Chamisa's name, you spoke about Chamisa so many times that I'm like, no, Mr. President, Chamisa is the one who's supposed to talk about you. You don't talk about him. But you started speaking about Chamisa. I didn't like that. And then General came up as well. Imagine General kana watanga. General anga kutola zvechisimba. General wakabva totaura kuti ichi achimbobve chakatonga Chamisa. Achimbo prophet yekupenga. Afa akatonga. Chamisa wakazwanza kutongera General wakachamisa usafarise. Indakamboda kutamba nemagame urosika kuduza na General nditambira kuenda kudenaka. Chamisa takata sorry. Chamisa karegerako. Kana General rivati auskuluma. Usadaro. Chamisa ndatu usadaro kana usadaro Chamisa zvinogona kushata very fast. I just think it's insulting that we are having rallies when people are hungry. I think it's insulting that we're having rallies when people are struggling to keep their businesses afloat. I think it's insulting that we're having rallies and we're not delivering the promise we made. Ultimately, politics is about making a promise, okay? You make a promise to the people of what it is you're going to deliver. Since 1980, ZANU-PF came into power. It's been making promises, and I feel it broke that promise to war veterans, because war veterans were made a promise before they crossed over into the new Zimbabwe in 1980. As we crossed over, I feel we broke our promise to the students. I think we broke our promise to women, to young people, to SMEs, to the disabled. I think we've been a political party under Robert Mugabe that made and kept some promises like education. But over the long run, we have really broken a lot of promises. As a political party, I take responsibility and blame. I am a ZANU-PF member. Kuchengeta kadi because ndisina kadi rokuluma kunokunonetsa kuchengetera kuluma but kutaura chokwadi checho ndikudze kuti tiri kuitei kupati kwedu handisi kuziya inini weikoko handisi kuziya. I'm not lying. So if me as Acie Lumumba who would defend the party handiziye kuti tiri kuitei, that means there is something wrong with our party. Musandituke kuti handisi kuziya kandiziye ini kuti kuziya zvirotwa kuhopo here handiziye kuti tiri kuitei. What are we doing? I don't know. I don't know about Commotion. So I think we really need to reorient the party. We need to reorient young people. But most importantly, we need to spend time not talking about other political parties. We need to spend time delivering on the promises we made. You made a promise, Mr. President, of Vision 2030. You made a promise to create a middle income, to make my life better. Overarchingly, your promise was you are going to take Lumumba and make my life... Okay, sorry, my life is better. And that better cross my heart. cross my heart, I'm better. But ndikutaura vamwe handiti vamwe havasati vabeta. Kuna vasingazive malumiro egame. Saka, Mr. President, make other people's lives better, and let's talk about that. Mugona mafese vanhu ngwari kwangu zati madzimai toika. Mambona imi chiko iro toike kudaro. Madzimai anengangopfeka mazambia varume vavo vachavatapirwa kudaro zia. Tiri jamba tumadzimai totonenge tuchiko tuturo aitutombori tuturo tochiko jamba kunge tushiri tunjiva twachembera machuwa miti. Why are those women always jumping like that? Veku MDC vanodona. Makavaona musi weparliament uzo budget vanofamba aya overall pasi vorikita pasi vodona votada kufa. Vezanopi vangu jikita yamne mchitamba yaya. I don't understand that dance. Like someone told these women that mukatamba so and vorokaito munakiro unozea. Because unganakiro the same song every day. Yango tonga kwa iyo muridzi wesong achatoboitamba kudaro. Muridzi wesong achaitamba. Iwo also mbori muridzi wesong. Asi kutotamba kuda kubuda dikita. Munhu ari kuya osvika munhu ari kuya pakubuda dikita nekutamba. Uri kutambirei andizivi. Mukutambira mukuru wenyu. Okay, help me understand. Are you dancing for ED? Is that what you're doing? Are you dancing for ED? If you're dancing for ED, why? Why are you dancing for ED? Why are you dancing for ED? Because he won. Remember, he came to thank you. So I imagine, thank you. Over there, tichipesuka kunge mazambia achapfa tichipesuka maduku imi ndiro nyara dai wangu ramai wangu aitamba kuti kana mbuya wangu ndera mbuya dzakara kumusha hama dzine vanhu vanotamba pepe vachita bajikisa please tell them calm down and calm down. The president knows you love him. He came to say thank you. Don't embarrass yourself in the president vakutochikakara even vakagara president amusambona even special vanenge vakapfeka vakakutarisa iso is everything all right? That's what right? So anyway, I think we are in a lot of trouble as a country. I still think we are in a lot of trouble. I think the president has a tough job. I think we don't take time to condense issues, so we end up moving right past it. I don't think that the president is doing a bad job. I think he has a lot on his plate that he has to solve. He has to really kind of, micromanage and move a lot of what his ministers are doing. But look, kanatakataza kusunga. I just don't understand. Kana mteza kusunga kana jinimbi yaje mukazosunga madare corruption munomasunga imi munomasunga zeya mukazosunga generali imatadza kusunga jinimbi mambudiza abuda jiri matadza kusunga kasukuere matadza yesana chombo ya matadza muzara corrupt imi vanhu vari corrupt ndakatombofunga ngatingosiya ini pameme ngatikotoka kutowedzera actually because anyway every Sunday we do this because it's our time to catch up. But yeah, I hope something comes out of the commission because it's not over yet. But I want us to move past that quickly and go into a commission of how to get wealthy. I hope we get past. I don't like the budget. I wish Mutuli Ngube can tell us who wrote the budget. My only question to Minister Mutuli Ngube is, Minister, who wrote that budget? Budget renyu rakanyorwa nani? It's not a very good budget for most people. I don't think so. But I know that this country will survive. I know that. And I'll tell you why I know it will survive. I know it will survive because we're the most resilient group of people any country in the world has. It will survive because businesses will self-preserve. President Emerson Mnangagwa's presidency will be a success. If it's going to be a success, it will be a success because the business community will not allow us to go back to 2018. They will dollarize. Somebody says, what advice do you give me looking at the budget? And I give you advice. My advice, if you want to survive with this new budget for the next 12 months, number one, whatever your businesses charge in US dollars, do not accept the bond note. Whatever your businesses charge in US dollars. Now, I know the ramifications that come with that. People will tell you, no, and US, oh no, government, 1:1. Even government, 1:1, but here I used to we bought a bond road. Government does not even want the bond road. It's collection points. Why you no make a marry your government, US, which is through tax and duty. Imimi with temporary bond. So I would say, in fact, it's illegal what I'm telling you, so I'm just joking. I did it. So because what I'm telling you is illegal. So I'm just joking. But in my joke, I am saying, do not touch the bond. Don't do it. Because if you force your market not to pay you in a bond note, they'll find the US dollars. Even if you end up getting $1, it's okay, but get US dollars. Number two, I would say expect a lot of disappointment from your government. A lot of the things they said in the budget, like I said, that budget is not a cut, it's an increase. So expect the disappointment. Number three, don't give up. Don't give up on your business. This is normal. It's a cycle. It's an economic cycle we're going through. It will pass. It will end. Just tighten your belt. Help each other out. Don't shut your business. Keep it going. You are in business to make money, so don't do anything that stops you from making money. I don't know what else to say to you guys except to say thank you for watching. Again, thank you to our sponsors. I was unable to bring up their ads today for technical challenges. Thank you to FastJet. Thank you to Chicken Inn. Thank you to Pizza Inn. Thank you to Dial Delivery. Thank you to Nyaradzo. Thank you to Fresh in a Box and everybody else. With that said, my name is Lumumba. I'm the people's champion. Thank you to B Kuda, who's behind the decks, Tinashe behind the camera, Gamu with the makeup. Until next time, head bowed.
US dollars. Go to diaspora.freshinabox.co.zw.
Supermarkets are charging a lot, so buy all your fresh veg for Fresh in a Box.